These pockets are looking good. You can just trim the threads as they have been secured by backstitching. Snip and remove the basting threads. I find tweezers are good for this job. I like to stitch the side seams before I do the centre back seam. It is so much easier as the garment lies flat when machining. Lay your front flat and then match the back, lining up with the notches. Pin, as always, at right angles to the seam line, as you will be stitching over the pins. Take care at the hip line. There is a lot of bulk here because of the pockets. Continue pinning to the hemline. Whenever you are pinning a long seam, space out your pins initially and then add more pins in between. We are going to stitch and neaten. Then press the seam towards the back, then top stitch. The side seams are stitched and neatened. I press this seam towards the back as the pocket area is bulky and it means less layers. So again, good use of the yarn here makes the job easier and will guarantee professional results. Get your garment flat on the ironing board or table and use plenty of steam. A tailor's ham is really useful when you press the hip line area. And again, use the clapper with some pressure to help get a nice flat seam. If you don't have a tailor's ham, you can still achieve good results. Just make sure you get right into the seam line with the point of your iron. So let's get this seam stitched. I remembered my jeans foot this time. Again, a quick test to make sure of your top stitching settings. Yes, that's okay. So keeping a nice even distance from the edge and taking your time over the bulky areas, stitch your seam. Use the stitch compensation tool. This seam is quite bulky here. Make sure that your seam is spread open over the hip curve. There is a natural inclination for a fold to form here. And check that your layers underneath are flat as you stitch. Once you get over the hip line, it is easier. Then do the second row, using the foot to gauge the distance. This is looking pretty good.